we've got a big project we're undertaking, and these little reviews are going to be sort of mixed in with some van building. We've been out and bought ourselves a large van to be converting to a motorhome. We're going to be converting it to a camper. It's going to be pretty smart and pretty spectacular. So while we're doing some reviews on the review channel, we're also going to be doing a series on my adventure channel. So go and have a check out that one. It's Just Out Adventures. I'll put a link down in the description and maybe a little barcode up on the screen so you can go and have a look at that. But we've got our own adventure channel as well as this gear channel. But for the gear channel, I want to do a bit of an unboxing. And I've got a first little gadget that's going to go on this van. And that first little gadget is a Raptor Grill. The Raptor Grill is basically the replacement grill that you get on the front of vehicles, and it all comes and it stems from the, I think it's like a Wrangler Raptor they built, which is like Ford's, and they've got this really fancy grill on the front with these big Ford letters on the front. And this is basically the Raptor Grill to go on the front of my Transit van. So it's going to make it look pretty special and make it a little bit more personal and a little bit more my own. So unboxing it, it comes in a box, very simple brown box. There's no fancy gadgets with this box. And inside you've got this nice wrapped up bit of plastic. It's actually an ABS plastic, which is supposed to be highly strong and lightweight and very durable for the UVs and all that sort of stuff. So we will see how it lasts over time. So we've got a bit of foam padding that we've got to get rid of. There's also a little box in the bottom, so I'll open that and have a look and see what's inside this box. Now I am working outside, so I do hope all this doesn't blow away. In the back of this bag is a black plastic bracket. I think this bracket goes in the middle of this. Again, there's no instructions with this at the moment. I might have to sort of wing it as I go along. And I do know that taking the front of the grille off this brand new van that we've had for less than 24 hours is frightening me at the moment, but I'm going to video it. Even if I do a bit of a time lapse, I'll video it just to show you how it all works. But yeah, we've got this black plastic bracket. This is from YcarPart. It's bought online. Now, if you go onto YcarPart, there's a full array of different types of cars and vehicles that this fits on. And there's a drop-down menu on the bottom of the screen. And you can actually go in and you put in your car details. So you pick, for me, it was a Ford, it was a Transit, and then the year, which is a 2020. And that tells me which model of grid I would have to fit, or if your car actually fits. I've also got a Ford Cougar, and they do one for that, but they don't do it for my year of model. This is your Raptor Grill. And at the moment, it's for the Ford. It's for the Ford. It doesn't actually say Ford. The other two letters are missing, and I'm guessing that's what's inside this box, is the other two letters for it. So it's for the Ford. If you've got a Ford, congratulations. But yeah, it's nice and it's well made, and I did ask for the matte black rather than the shiny black because I thought it would go nice with the black van that we got, and I'll show you that in a moment. But yeah, that's your Raptor Grill. You can also mount lights in these. They look really, really cool with little strip lights in them. So maybe at some point I might put some little strip lights in it. It will look quite nice with them. There's some little screws in there. I think these are for attaching our other letters. And while we're here, we'll just open this box just to make sure. And of course, it is sealed with the abundance of sellotape that I can't get into. So bear with me. And I'm back. So we've got a knife. Try not to slice my fingers off. And I'm hoping this is letters. Otherwise, it's not going to read very well, is it? And inside the bag, yeah, we've got our other two letters all nicely wrapped up, nice and safe, so they don't get damaged. Again, there's some more screws in there, a little packet of screws. They are smaller than those other ones, and they'll go in the back of this, and they mount on there, and actually spell out our Ford for our Ford Raptor Custom Grill. Now, all I've got to do is work out how to fit this. I'm just going to take them off so I don't damage them and drop them and scratch them before I actually mount it. We've got some very small lugs on the back of this. These lugs have got to slot in to the actual front of the van, so we need to pull the other one off. And the only way to get the other grill off is to actually physically pull it off. It doesn't just pop off. There's no way of getting to the clips. I'll show you it up in a little bit closer detail, but you've got to actually physically get in and pull it off. And it's quite cold, and I'm quite worried that it might actually break some of the lugs. There's a lot on here to hold it in place if I do lose the odd one or two, but if I lose a lot, I'm in trouble. So it's something you're going to have to take your time with. If you can do it in a warm weather or you live in a warm climate, you should be fine. The metal, the plastic should be a little bit softer and easier to use. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but I've got my engine running, which is going to warm the engine bay up and try and warm that plastic up a little bit. because it's obviously by the radiator, which is getting hot water. So that's the plan, to take it off and fit this. So unboxing is done. Right, so we've got some further inspection before we go any further. We need to screw the letters on, the little letters that were put back in the box. These small silver screws go through the back of here. There's some little holes in the back here, and they go through the back there. So you need to screw them on, and these need to be screwed on before you actually mount it, because the screw's on the inside. Plus there is a mounting bracket that we unpulled out of the box that goes on the back of here. Now we're not quite sure, and I'm saying we because my mate is here helping me. He's going to hold my hand and I'm going to hold his hand, because we don't quite know what we're doing at the moment. But yeah, this mounting bracket would then go on the back here, but obviously you need to screw the 4 screws into each letter first before you put this on. Now I'm not quite sure why this is actually loose, why it comes separate, but I have read that there's a clip that goes in the back of the actual main grill that breaks off, and I'm gathering that's the clip that gets pushed into the middle. So this then needs to fit into this first before the grid fits on. But we're going to take the other one off before we fit any of this part. We're going to take the other one off first, look at the back of the other one and see where all this goes before we actually screw it together. Because once I put these screws in, I don't want to be taking them out again, because it's just going to weaken them. But we've got 4 big screws. That's going to go into the back of the bracket. And then your 4 or your 8 little screws, you've got 4 into each per letter that goes in the back of there. So that's that plan. Let's go and have a look at the van and show you what's on the back of the van, and then we'll go from there, shall we? Right, so we're at the front of the van now, and you have to excuse the ticking, because like I say, I'm ticking it over just to try and warm it up a little bit. But there's our front of our grill that's on there at the moment. So take a quick look at that. That's the starting position. We're going to end up with a Raptor grill on with these nice big Ford letters. So that clip I was on about is behind this large Ford badge. Now we have to open the bonnet, and then underneath the bonnet here we've got these clips that are all behind this shiny chrome strip that's at the back there. Now I have warmed it up and there is a little bit of heat there, but it's still pretty cold outside at the moment, so it's going to struggle to get that off. But the idea is basically get hold of the plastic and pull it off. That's kind of how it works. Now under the bonnet with a key, so we turn the key back that way, and looking at my assistant, he's brilliant. My assistant opens it for me. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
So yeah, this is the plastic, and what we're going to do, I think first of all, we're going to loosen this off a little bit. So we've got some screws on the top. It's all one solid piece. This whole piece goes all the way across. We're not taking it all off. We're going to undo these screws, take the caps out of there, and see if we can just loosen this so this comes a little bit softer and looser. And then I'll maybe try and pour some warm water down on the inside there, which will just soften it up. Like I say, if you're working in the summertime, you wouldn't have to worry, but it's cold. You can see how grey it is outside, and it's not very nice. So it's very cold, and we don't want to break them clips. So that's the plan. Once I start to get a few of them moving, I'll switch you back on. Tools for the job. We've decided between us, we've got a handful of plastic trim removers, which we're going to leave under the bonnet and forget that are there. And then we'll drive around and make sure they're all left everywhere. No, we won't. And we've got 3 different size screwdrivers, all for popping the little clips out the top here. And then we've got a 10mm socket, which is going to undo the 2 nuts or 3 nuts, 4 nuts that we've got on the top, which are like hex head cap screws. Right, so we're going to take that apart, see if we can get a little bit of looseness there, and then see, maybe try and get some warm water tipped down somehow, whether I get a bit of cardboard and just float it in just to warm all those plastic lugs up. But at least we've had the bonnet running, so it's a little bit warmer. Got myself a little box to put my tools in, because I've got a habit of when I'm messing around with things. I remember once I lost my 8 and my 10mm spanner. I'd put them up on the top, and then it was a few months later where I went to change the wipers or check the wipers, and I found my spanners on the top. And yes, they'd gone a little bit rusty, but hey ho. So as you take things out, we're going to chuck them in the box, try not to lose anything. Hopefully this will not break anything when we're taking it apart or lose clips. This is literally, like I say, I've had this van less than 24 hours and I'm already pulling screws out of it. Can you imagine? And I know that Darren's here itching to pull some more out. If you want to carry on with them clips, you carry on, mate. Yeah? He's going to get in and just lift up the little plastic grommets. So it's just a screwdriver in, pop the plastic grommets up, and hopefully they'll just free up a little bit. So the little plastic grommet things that we've popped out to give us some free space, you just like basically slide the screwdriver in the side, pulls the plastic out, and as it pulls the plastic out, it lets the grip go on the inside, and you just take these little out the top. So there was 4 of them in the top. We've removed those and the 4 screws. And have we got a bit of movement on this plastic? We have not. There's not a lot of room, to be honest. It's freed up the plastic on the top there, but it's definitely tight around the actual frame, isn't it? So we're not going to get a lot of room in there. Try and tip a drop of water in there maybe. It's quite hard to see, and it's definitely not going to move. It's a solid. So we may have to just work on the principle that I've got to use brute force and pop this out. So bear with us a little while. Once you get a couple of the clips going, I'll switch it back on. Right, so we've decided to get a plate and some very boiling water, and we're going to try and tip some warm water sort of down behind this and just see if we can actually warm, burn your fingers, see if we can warm some of this up. And it's coming out the front, so it must be doing something, and it definitely helps having 2 people doing this job. We've got a bit of a plan on the go. I've got the plastic tool, and we are just prising between, and you can see that it's starting to pop out now. And I think that warming actually did help a little bit. So I'm just prising it along and doing one at a time until we can get this to move. And there we go, it's starting to gradually pop away now, which is what we wanted in the first place. Right, so the next thing is we've got this freedom now at the top here a little bit. If you just have a look there, you can see that it's actually moving away a little bit. And you can see these little clips now that we've managed to prise off. There's quite a few more to go, but we've got this problem with the bit at the bottom of the badge. So we need to try and work out what's behind the badge and whether we pop it off or I can actually remove the badge. So bear with me a sec and I'll be back again. Let me just show you this. Come over here a moment. So we've just given it some brute force, and there's a little plastic lug here under there. That's the one that was clipped into this compartment there. So we literally brute force. But now we've got all these little plastic clips down the bottom, and we'll just, again, we've got to sort of just wiggle it and just play with it. And I'm going to get the tool underneath and just try and get a bit more warm water as well. We're just going to try and warm it because we don't want to buckle this now, because under here is part of the bodywork and we don't want to actually damage any of this bodywork. But the warm water is definitely helping them plastic lugs. And we are away. A little bit of brute force. I'm so glad there was someone else here with me. Now, normally I'd be brutal enough to do these sort of things myself, but Darren actually owns one of these vans, so he's got a bit of an insight of what goes around. He hasn't actually changed his yet, but now we've done this, he might, because he can see how it works. But it's off, the front's clear. We just now need to look at that bracket. So we'll get the bracket over here, see what it fits to, why it fits to, and then we'll screw it all together, and we should literally just push it all back in. Right, so I'm going to give this a good clean. I'm going to get rid of all the crap that we can, because it seems silly not to have. If you come down here, I'll just show you this. Let's come down here a second. You see all this rubbish and crap that's inside here and these dead flies and bugs. We're just going to get rid of that. Now, I know it's only going to be a few moments or a couple of weeks before it's all back in there again, but while I've got it off, I'm going to clean it. A bit of WD-40 in there as well and just wipe it all down. Okay, so we deciphered the fact, I haven't cleaned it yet. I'll just switch this back on. Darryl's just brought this over to us. So you've got the little plastic lug on the back there. Now that fits in this hole that we know before. So if we line it up there, the edges of this bracket seems to sit around the old Ford logo shape there. Now, if you have a camera mounted to this, some vehicles have cameras and the camera is going to be here. There's a little flat plate on the bottom of the Raptor grill, and you have to drill a hole in the bottom so it doesn't actually fit the camera as standard. So if you've got a camera in here, and this could be something to do with this bracket, this might have something to do with this part here for where the camera goes, and maybe it's all a case of drilling it and fitting it. I'm guessing the camera will fit inside this section here, the unit. So if you do have a vehicle with a camera in it, just remember that you've got to have to do a little bit of modification for it to actually go on. But I think we're both happy that that's just going to pop straight back on there. So we need to attach the letters, attach this bracket, and then all we've got to do is just literally pop it back on. If you're interested, all I use is WD-40 and a cleaning rag. It's just enough to make the black stuff look nice and pretty and to get all the grease and rubbish off. Oh, so you didn't, oh look, I've ripped my trousers a bit more. Oh, these are my working trousers, and they're definitely my working trousers now. Right, so I know you can't see me very well, but this is a Phillips screw. We're using the small screws, and we've got some little washers as well. So we're going to put screw in the washer, into the hole and put our letters on. But the one thing we've got to do is make sure we spell Ford with the right letters in the right way round. So it's F-O, if you like. So we're going to put the O on first, and this is going to go on first because we know that the bracket now goes on after. And we'll just literally just screw them in. They should be simple to attach, and then it's literally going to pop straight on. So one into there. I'm not going to over tighten them. I don't think they need over tightening. The bit I don't understand is why they're separate. So I think I might contact the company, find out why they're actually separate, and let you know why on the bottom of the screen somewhere. Isn't this nice having an assistant? One other little advice I could give you as well is when you're putting these things on, try and go corner to corner, and it also helps from when you're tightening them up. So corner to corner is always something I always learned. All right, there's our Ford. Look how cool that's looking. Very, very nice. And keeping this foam on the floor as well is just helping. So the next thing is the bracket. The bracket, you can't really go wrong because there's a couple of indentations either side. And if you try and put it on the wrong way round, like that, it won't fit. So it does go that way round, and you can see the screws line up in the back. So again, I'm just going to line these screws up, put the screws in, and we're ready to go. Right, so our metal bracket is on. Time to move that out of the way. Let's have a quick look and show you what we've got. We've got this, now the Raptor Grill with our letters spelling Ford and not Fred or Frod. And we've also got a bigger hole in my trousers. Wow, that's getting bigger and bigger. And our bracket is now mounted to the back. And yes, this is getting bigger and bigger. Don't ask me why this has suddenly done this, but it has. Right, let's go to the van. Now, when I mentioned earlier on about putting lights in these, now would be a good time to put your lights in, because once I put this on, I don't particularly want to be taking it off again. So if I ever do come to put lights in here, I've got this whole rigmarole pulling this off. Now this retails from YcarPart at £165, I think it is. There are other cheaper versions, but this is a really nice quality, made very, very well. So I tend to spend that extra few quid because these clips, you don't want them snapping off. So yeah, you don't want to be pulling it on and off very often. So hopefully we're just going to line this up, see if this fits now. Now we're going to line up that little clip in the middle. We've also got to line up the hole where our bonnet clip comes off. We're going to try and clip the front in the middle. It seems to have gone in quite nicely there. And all we've got to do then is just ease these clips all the way in, all the way around. And as you can hear it popping into place, and it's in. It looks something like that. What a difference. Look at the big Ford letters. Of course, we screwed them on the right way round. It looks great. And like I said, if you had the camera you'd have to screw a little hole, drill a hole in there just to let your camera through and let that pop out. So the other thing we've got to do now is put our little grommets back in, pop them all back in the holes. So we've got several little grommets go back in, and then they just push into place just to hold them in. And then we'll put our little screws back in as well. Bit of a clean on the top we've had on my fingers, bit of WD-40, wipe down the bits. Once we start working on this thing, we will clean everything, because I like to clean under the bonnet as well as on the top of the bonnet. Don't ask me why, something I've always done. One more thing to do then, close the bonnet, stand back and have a little look at our first upgrade. Never push on the bonnet, always let the bonnet drop. My dad told me that because you can dent the bonnet. And there we go, the grill is fitted. Nice and simple, very, very dark, very, very black, and very, very cool. I've got so many more things to do. So if you enjoyed this little video, don't forget to give us that thumbs up, don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop us a comment. Have you ever fitted one of these? Have you fitted lights? Or even got a picture? Somehow let me have a look at your picture, because I'd love to see it. So job's done. Ciao for now.